Hi everyone, welcome back. I'm Di, and today I'm sharing with you my first impressions on the Monochrome Manga Club series reads for the month of January. So the Monochrome Manga Club is an in-real-life manga club that I host at a local Barnes & Noble. Currently, we are doing 2 first-in-a-series reads and 2 series reads a month. The titles that we read for the month of January were Volume 1 of Obey Me, the comic, story and art by Subaru Nito, original work by NTT Solmare. This one's published by 7 Seas and rated teen. We also read Volume 1 of Omniscient Reader's Viewpoint, which has art by Sleepy Sea, adapted by Umi from Read Eye Studio, and original story by Sing and Song. This one's published by Issei Press, rated teen. And our 2 series reads are Full Metal Alchemist by Hiromu Arakawa, published by Viz, rated teen. We read volumes 22, 23, and 24 in the month of January. And then we also started a new series since we finished Persona 4 in December. We started Assassination Classroom by Yusei Matsui by reading volumes 1 and 2. This one is published by Viz, and I believe it's rated older teen. I don't actually have physical copies of this one because I am reading this one on the Shonen Jump app. But because we are not currently at the beginning of Full Metal, I will not be sharing my thoughts with you on this, nor will I be sharing my thoughts with you on Assassination Classroom, because volumes 1 and 2 for me were a reread, and I have watched most of the anime as well, so those wouldn't be first impressions either. So if you want to hear my thoughts on Full Metal or Assassination Classroom, you can check out my Thesis 19 diaries for the week. That should be up on Wednesday in case you're interested. So, let me tell you my thoughts on Obey Me and Omniscient Reader's Viewpoint. Let's start with Obey Me. So, this is a series that is based on a mobile game. And in this series, the main character, who in the game would be you, drop into this school called the Royal Academy of Diavolo, and it's located in the Devildom. But for whatever reason, when you arrive there, you don't remember who you are, you don't remember your name, and you have turned into a sheep. So you don't have a human body either. And at this academy, there are these 7 demons, and they are kind of the ones that greet you. There's also the headmaster, who's Diavolo, and you're kind of there not knowing why you're there or anything like that. But basically, they have this exchange student program. So this whole story starts off with you trying to figure out who you are, what your name is, what you're doing at this school, and meeting the 7 brothers. You're basically, getting to know all of the brothers and what they're known for. Basically, in this volume, you spend most of your time with 2 brothers. There's just a bunch of hijinks and shenanigans. It was very entertaining. It was very entertaining. I will say there are a lot of butt shots. Lots of butt shots from one of the characters. I wasn't prepared for that. I normally will flip through the volumes because my members can range from children. And so if there are children attending, I like to make sure that, things are appropriate. We don't read anything that's above older teen because of that. But usually with teen titles, I don't have to worry about things. There are 4 butt shots in here. I was like, what the heck? But they were pretty funny. They were pretty funny. And I enjoyed this. This was hilarious, hijinks, entertaining, kind of no brain type of reading. You just read and enjoy it. It's just one of those series where if you need a little bit of entertainment, you pick up one of these volumes. And so I think there is an anime. I don't know that it's still on YouTube, but I know a few years ago it was. There was an Obey Me channel, and they were airing the episodes of the anime on that channel. They're 5-minute episodes. I don't remember whatever I had watched, but I know I watched at least 2 of the episodes. But I don't remember any of it. But I did remember the name. So when this came out, I was like, oh, I'm interested in reading that because I remember being entertained when I watched the 2 episodes, but I didn't remember anything about it. And so, yeah, in reading this volume, I didn't remember anything of what was in here happening either. So it was a completely new experience for me. I enjoyed the character designs. There is something at the end of this volume that I'm just like, why are we only having that scene right now? I am wondering if the main character is ever going to get their body back or any of their like memories. Because like I said, they don't remember their name. They don't remember anything. And so they're just kind of going along in this world, trying to make friends with these brothers and getting, you know, help from them, and a lot of hilarious hijinks and shenanigans. So very entertaining. Definitely if you need something that is no brain reading, that you just want to be entertained for like 20 minutes or however long it takes you to read a volume, this is going to be something that you should reach for. I enjoyed it a lot, and so we'll definitely be continuing with that one. The second volume that we read for Club this month was Omniscient Reader's Viewpoint. This is on Webtoons, so if you're interested in checking out this series, you can do that there. One of my Manga Club members has been gushing about this series for quite a while, so when I finally got a physical release, I knew that we had to choose it as one of our selections, and so we were finally able to do that this month. Unfortunately, the member that really enjoys this series wasn't able to make the meeting this month, so we're having a lively discussion over on our Discord. And if you would like to chat with us, you can always join our Discord. You can check out that link down in the description box below. But this one basically follows our main character here. His name is Kim Dokja. I think that's how you pronounce it. He is the only reader of a web novel. Like, this novel is so obscure that he's really the only one that reads it. So he usually reads this web novel on his way home from work. And while he is on the bus going home from work, he ends up reading the very final chapter, and he's like been waiting for this read, and he's so excited, and he finally finishes the read, and some weird things start to happen on the bus. Turns out that the things that had happened in the web novel that he was reading is actually starting to happen in real life. And because he is the only one who has read the novel, he's the only one that knows what's going to happen to their world. And so he basically uses his knowledge of the novel to figure out how to play this kind of game that's happening. I would call it a game. But yeah, I enjoyed this one. It's definitely interesting. This volume is full color. There are definitely some things or decisions that our main character has made that I thought were interesting, because, you know, with any type of story where you have like time travel, they tell you, you know, don't change anything, because if you change too much, that will affect the future. And basically, even though there's no time travel happening here, there are decisions that our main character can make that can change the course of what's happening. And so even with his like knowledge of what is going on and what the outcomes of certain things will be, he makes decisions that could potentially have major impact on things that happen in the future. And so I find that to be very interesting. There's a lot of like action sequences, because we start off where the world is starting to follow the novel at a pretty like high stress moment. And I enjoy like seeing how Kim Dokja decides what he's going to do when he figures out that the things that are happening were from this novel that he's reading. How he decides to move forward on certain things. And you get to see like all of that, his thought process and things. And I find that to be very interesting. This author is the same author that did World After the Fall, which we also read volume 1 for the Monochrome Manga Club last year, I believe. I enjoyed that as well. But I would say of the two stories, I'm more interested in Omniscient Reader's Viewpoint. To me, this is different enough that I'm not like reading anything that's similar, whereas World After the Fall has similar elements to like Solo Leveling, which I'm also currently reading. And so I'm much more inclined to continue with this one before World After the Fall. But in any case, I was very, very interested in this story. It kept my interest throughout the time that I was reading it. I am very interested to see what kind of decisions our main character makes in the future and what was the outcome of what happened at the very end of this volume. My Manga Club member tells me there is a web novel available of this story as well. And to be honest, I'd probably be more interested in the web novel just because I find that with light novel adaptations, you get more. You get more. A lot of like situations are more fleshed out because you have the page space to do so. Lines of words don't take up as much of the page as pictures and small thought bubbles and things do. So I find that when you're reading a light novel, you definitely get a more extensive view of the story, a lot more detail. And so I'm hoping that Issei Press will also bring over the light novel edition sooner rather than later. But until they do that, I will be continuing with this one in the manhwa format. I enjoyed the art style. I enjoyed the full color layouts. And I found a lot of interest with this story. So definitely will be continuing. And I'm looking forward to seeing what will happen with that one. So that's pretty much all of my thoughts on the first in a series selections that we had for January. Before I let you go, I do want to let you know what we will be reading for the month of February. So by request of one of my Manga Club members, we will be reading Volume 1 of I'm in Love with the Villainess. This has art by Ano Shimo, story by Inori, and character design by Hanagata. This one's published by 7 Seas Rated Teen. So it says, romancing the rival when corporate worker Rei Ohashi finds herself reborn as the protagonist of her favorite dating sim. It's the perfect opportunity to do what she's always wanted, seduce the villainess. In her previous life, Rei had no interest in the princes the game had to offer. She only had eyes for Claire Francois, her nemesis. Now, armed with her extensive knowledge of the game and her undying love for Claire, will Rei finally be able to win over the woman of her dreams? So I think this looks super cute. And then you've got this little design back here. And I'm looking forward to checking this one out. So that'll be our first in a series selection for the month. And then we will also be reading Volume 1 of Love's in Sight, story and art by Uoyama. This one's published by Viz Rated Teen. So this says, Morio Kurokawa is the toughest looking guy around. Yukiko Akaza is the self-possessed girl with a vision impairment attending a school for the blind. The whole city fears Morio, but Yukiko sees the real him. He's a soft sweetheart who's just searching for his place in the world. Mori the Black Panther has won over 100 fights. He's beloved by his goons and feared by the public, but now he faces his biggest challenge yet when he meets Yukiko and falls in love at first sight. Can Morio outgrow his delinquent roots and turn over a new leaf for his unexpected love? So I thought that sounded really cute too. And the art style looks very adorable. And so I'm looking forward to checking this one out as well. Alongside that, we will also be reading our series reads. So we'll be finishing up Full Metal Alchemist with volumes 25, 26, and 27, published by Viz by Hiromu Arakawa. This one's rated teen. Really looking forward to reading this final volume. Of course, because we are finishing a series, we will also be choosing our next series read at our next meeting. So that's going to be fun. I'm really looking forward to seeing how the manga all ends up because I have watched both anime adaptations. Really enjoyed them. and the last volume had a lot of like action and things happening, and so I presume this one's going to read really quickly with all of the fight scenes and everything as well. So I'm really looking forward to finally finishing Fullmetal Alchemist, and then we will also be continuing our series read of Assassination Classroom with volumes 3 and 4. Like I said, that one is available on the Shonen Jump app, so if you have a subscription and you'd like to join us, you can definitely read the volumes there and chat with us in our Discord. And that's pretty much all I have to share with you today. So let me know down in the comments below if you have read any of these volumes and what you thought of them. But please, no spoilers. And if nothing else, and you'd just like to let me know that you were here, if you could leave me a like devil emoji, you know, that devil face emoji, that would be greatly appreciated and would really help me out. And that will do it for me today. So I hope you're all doing great. I hope you're all safe and healthy. And until next time, take care and smile always. Bye.